Hey everybody, welcome to Chamber Chat. Today I'm happy to have Gini Tucker with me. Welcome, Gini.
Thank you, Debbie. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, it's good to have you. Gini is the Sexual Assault Response Coordinator at Crisis Services of North Alabama, and she has an office here in Jackson County in Scottsboro. So Crisis Services has been here for a while, and it's one of those wonderful things that we know, we services that we know we have, but I didn't know a lot about it until I talked to Gini. So I thought it'd be good to have her tell us a little bit about what they do. So what does Crisis Services do for Jackson County victims?
Well, what we say in our motto is that we serve individuals and families in crisis, and that's definitely true. We work with folks who have been victims of domestic violence and folks who've been victims of sexual assault. And we really act as their advocates. For example, we may go to court with them if they decide to pursue through a legal remedy, or we may just listen to them as they go through, as they're traumatized, and people are traumatized as they've experienced this. So we may just serve as a caring and listening ear. You know, sometimes people just need to decompress, so we may just be a good listener. Sometimes we'll advocate with family members who don't understand what's going on with their loved one, and so we do spend time with families. And so we serve a lot of different areas, especially victims of these really serious crimes.
Right. That's important. That's so important. So if someone had a reason to come to see you, and all they knew, they were hurting and they had been hurt or harmed in some way, but they don't know the court system, or they don't know.
That's exactly why they need to come to us, because that's what we do, is that we go to court with them. We act as their advocates. We're not attorneys. We don't ever pretend that we're attorneys, but we can go with them and be their advocate to the judge or to law enforcement. And most of our referrals do come through law enforcement, or even sometimes through the courts. So we do. That's the way we get a lot of our clients, is that way.
Okay. Well, we've got April coming up, and that is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So could you talk a little bit about that for us?
Sexual Assault Awareness Month, an abbreviation for that is SAAM, and we call it SAM Month. So we have a little mascot who's Sam, who kind of goes around town, and you'll see our little teal Sam will be visiting different businesses throughout April. And Sexual Assault Awareness Month is just that. We're trying to raise awareness for people in this community about how common it is for women and men to be sexually assaulted. And actually, statistics can be pretty overwhelming. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 males will either be sexually assaulted or molested in their lifetime.
Oh my
that
goodness.
number is staggering when you think about it. 1 in 4.
So
and
like
1
when
in 6.
you're looking at a crowd of people and you think 1 of 4 and 1 of 6. Wow.
And when you start asking, and this is something that I found, Debbie, is that when you start asking your friends, it's not something that people want to talk about for a lot of reasons. It's difficult for them to share. You'll find that it might even be more than that. But when you start asking, you might be surprised if they're willing to share how true those numbers are.
Wow.
And many victims don't report.
Right.
And the main reason that they don't report is that people judge, or they don't judge them for what's happened, or they don't believe them.
Right.
And so that makes it even harder.
And that's an important part of what you do, isn't it? To make sure that they understand that.
Because we do believe our victims, because we do know how common it is, and it is not their fault. It is never their fault. A sexual assault victim, I don't care if she's running around naked or he is running around naked, or what clothes they've got on, or where they've been, or what they've done, or if they were drinking, or if they were high, or whatever. A sexual assault is a crime.
Right.
And it is not the victim's fault, ever.
Right.
It is not the victim's fault.
Right.
And so we really work with our victims to talk with them about that, because that's hard for them to internalize, because they'll hear different things from friends and family that will be very blaming.
Right.
And that makes it even harder for the person who's been traumatized to recover. And that's important to us, is that our victims recover and that they move on with their life in a healthy way. And that's a process.
And it sounds like you affirm them and help them to know that they're,
Absolutely.
Well, Jeans for Justice. Also, that's going to be part of the Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Tell us about Jeans for Justice.
Jeans for Justice got started in 1999 when a judge ruled that a rape victim could not have been raped because she was wearing jeans, and that he felt like that there was no way the jeans could be removed from a victim or from a person without their consent.
Wow.
So there was a huge uproar all over the world, even a huge uproar over that. And so Jeans for Justice got started that way, of asking people to wear jeans to respect the victims who had suffered sexual assault through no fault of their own, obviously. And so it's just become a tradition, and it's a very big tradition here in Scottsboro.
Oh, it is.
It's something that happens every year, and people get excited about wearing jeans to support victims, and I think that's really wonderful.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the fact that I get to be casual on one day and give money for a good cause also. So if someone wants to take part in Jeans for Justice, what would they do?
It's very simple. You go to your employer, and we will be sending out through you all invitations for people to participate in Jeans for Justice this year. It will be on Thursday, April the 7th, and it'll cost $2 for you to be able to wear jeans that day.
Okay.
$2. It's just a donation. Comes right back to Jackson County, comes here to Crisis Services for use for our victims. And then you'd be able to wear jeans. As long as your employer agrees, you'd be able to wear jeans that day.
Okay. And if they want to do that like every Friday of that month, they can
That'd
do
be
that
awesome.
too, right?
That would be absolutely.
Just
absolutely.
more
we
help.
just asked that we just asked that they donate if they would donate that $2 to be able to wear the jeans whichever day they are allowed to do it.
Right. That's great.
That
That's
would be
great.
wonderful.
So yes, we will be sending out the information next week from the chamber. So be looking for that. And if you don't get that for some reason, or if you have any questions, feel free to call us here at the chamber at 256-259-5500. We can give you information or pass Jenny's information on to you. Jenny, how would they get a hold of you if they need to talk to you?
You can reach me. I'm very easy to reach. Our local phone number here is 256-574-5826. Or my direct email is Gini, and it's spelled Gini, at csna.org.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of information, a lot of helpful information, and I really appreciate you coming and sharing it today.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you who contribute and donate your money to a worthy cause. We promise you that all of this stays in Jackson County for our victims, so it doesn't go anywhere else but right here where it belongs.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for your support and for helping.
You're so welcome. And thank y'all for watching Chamber Chat.
I think it worked.